He wasn't born into fame, yet there was always a quiet intensity about him, a mix of restraint, depth, and screen magnetism that naturally drew attention. Burak Deniz didn't rush into the spotlight. He earned his place, shaping a career built on emotional realism and deliberate choices rather than instant stardom. You're watching Celebrity Fandom. If you're into deep dives on star journeys, lifestyles, and the real stories behind the spotlight, hit subscribe now and stay tuned for more. Burak Deniz was born on February 17, 1991, in Istanbul, Turkey. His path toward acting began far from overnight recognition. He studied art history at Çanakkale Mart University, a background that subtly influenced his understanding of character, emotion, and visual storytelling. Acting entered his life not as a shortcut to fame, but as a craft he approached with patience and seriousness. His television journey started with early roles that allowed him to build experience quietly. However, it was his breakthrough role as Murat Sarsılmaz in Aşk Laftan Anlamaz that pushed him into mainstream recognition. The series became a massive success both in Turkey and internationally, showcasing his ability to balance charm, vulnerability, and emotional nuance within a romantic narrative. Rather than staying confined to lighthearted roles, Burak deliberately expanded his range. He took on darker, more psychologically complex characters in projects like Bizim Hikaye, where he portrayed Barış Aktan, a role that demanded emotional restraint and internal conflict. His performance resonated deeply, proving his strength in grounded, socially driven storytelling. His evolution continued with Marasli, where he embodied a hardened former soldier shaped by trauma and loyalty. The role highlighted his ability to carry intensity without exaggeration. Later projects such as Yerim Kalan Askler and Samarin further demonstrated his willingness to explore unconventional narratives and layered personalities. Burak's approach to acting reflects intention. He avoids repetition, choosing roles that challenge him emotionally rather than relying on formulas that guarantee popularity. This balance between mass appeal and artistic depth has helped him remain relevant as audience expectations continue to evolve. Off-screen, his public image remains controlled and understated. He avoids excessive exposure, allowing his work to speak louder than his private life. His lifestyle reflects simplicity and discipline, with a focus on mental clarity, fitness, and personal space. Fashion-wise, Burak Deniz carries a modern, effortless style. Whether attending international events or appearing casually, he favors clean silhouettes and understated confidence, reinforcing an image that feels authentic rather than curated. While his personal relationships have occasionally attracted public attention, he consistently redirects focus toward his professional journey. Within the industry, he is known as focused, respectful, and deeply invested in understanding the psychological layers of his characters. As of 2026, his estimated net worth reflects steady success through television, streaming projects, and selective brand collaborations. More than financial growth, he has built strong credibility as a dependable lead capable of carrying emotionally demanding stories. What sets Burak Deniz apart is restraint. He doesn't chase visibility. He builds presence. His performances rely on silence, expression, and emotional control, qualities that leave a lasting impact rather than instant spectacle. From romantic leads to intense dramatic roles, Burak Deniz's journey is defined by progression, not repetition. His rise reflects discipline, thoughtful choices, and a clear commitment to longevity. As of 2026, Burak Deniz stands as one of Turkish television's most compelling actors, grounded, evolving, and built to endure. That wraps up today's feature. If you enjoyed this content, like the video and subscribe to Celebrity Fandom for more in-depth celebrity stories. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. He wasn't born into fame, yet there was always a quiet intensity about him, a grounded presence, emotional restraint, and an authenticity that made audiences feel rather than simply watch. Halil Ibrahim Ceyhan didn't rush into Turkish entertainment. He earned his place step by step, shaping a career built on patience, depth, and inner strength. You're watching Celebrity Fandom. If you're into deep dives on star journeys, lifestyles, and the real stories behind the spotlight, hit subscribe now and stay tuned for more. Halil Ibrahim Ceyhan was born on December 13th, 1982, in Sivas, Turkey. Long before television sets and camera lights, his world revolved around music, writing, and self-expression. He showed an early interest in creativity, particularly songwriting and poetry, using music as his first emotional outlet rather than acting. His journey into the entertainment industry began through music competitions and songwriting projects, where he gradually built confidence and artistic discipline. Halil didn't follow a traditional acting path early on. Instead, he spent years refining his emotional awareness and storytelling instincts, skills that would later define his screen performances. His acting breakthrough came with the role of Yaman Karimli in the long-running drama Emanet. The character demanded emotional restraint, moral conflict, and psychological depth, qualities Halil delivered with quiet precision. The series became a massive success, earning him international recognition and a deeply loyal fan base across Turkey, the Middle East, South Asia, and beyond. Rather than relying solely on popularity, Halil focused on emotional realism. His portrayal of Yaman stood out because it avoided exaggeration, favoring silence, controlled expressions, and internal conflict. This approach turned him into a symbol of intense masculinity layered with vulnerability, setting him apart from louder, formula-driven performances. Off-screen, Halil's personality mirrors his on-screen restraint. He maintains a low profile, avoids excessive media exposure, and remains selective about public appearances. Music continues to play a central role in his life, with songwriting serving as both a creative outlet and a personal refuge. Halil's lifestyle reflects simplicity and discipline. He values solitude, structure, and emotional balance, preferring depth over noise. His fashion sense aligns with this mindset, understated, classic, and practical, reinforcing an image rooted in authenticity rather than trends. As his influence expanded internationally, so did his professional credibility. His estimated net worth reflects consistent earnings from television projects, music work, and selective brand collaborations, built gradually through dedication rather than rapid exposure. What truly distinguishes Halil Ibrahim Ceyhan is emotional honesty. He approaches characters from the inside out, drawing on lived experience, introspection, and sensitivity. This depth allows his performances to resonate long after scenes end, creating a lasting connection with viewers. As of 2026, Halil Ibrahim Ceyhan stands as more than a television actor. He represents quiet power, emotional intelligence, and artistic patience in modern Turkish entertainment, a figure whose impact comes not from volume, but from truth. That wraps up today's feature. If you enjoyed this content, like the video and subscribe to Celebrity Fandom for more in-depth celebrity stories. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.